Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends episode. Today in this video, folks, I'm just going to use up my clan boss keys. It is quite late and I have not actually done anything. So, I'm not going to go for the easy because it's not worth it for me. I'm not going to get much of anything out of it. And so, therefore, I'm just going to use it on the normal and hard boss mode. Now, I do have a spare key somewhere that I can use as well. And the idea is I want to get the last chest for each of the bosses. That is what I am gunning for. And whilst I am here on this topic and playing Raid Shadow Legends, I thought I might as well announce the fact that I am now part of the Raid Shadow Legends program. So that means I'll get... I am actually at the first tier. And so that means I'll get somewhere around, I think, 550 gems from Plarium each Friday, which will significantly help me with progression in the game. That also, of course, means it'll help me with making videos. And at some point in the future, I do plan on going into making guides. As I stockpile resources, I should be able to make guides. I think I will try and aim to cover champions and stuff like that. That's what I'm going to focus on. At the same time, I am trying to progress in terms of the clan boss. I want to get higher up. I still need to do all of the good stuff to get my champion stronger. I do need better gear. I have them at the moment with 5-star artifact set. I do need to get that up to a 6-star set. That, of course, that's going to take time. That is going to mean I have to farm the dragon. And so that's where it's at. I'm currently stuck on stage 17, but that is going to change as I get my champions and my roster more and more diverse. My English isn't all that great at this point in time. Hey, that is what it is. I do make mistakes sometimes. But yes, once I get to the capability of being able to do Dragon 20 consistently, maybe not fast but consistently, I will be spending a lot of resources and energy in farming that with the intention of replacing my 5-star gear with 6-star gear. I'll take whatever I can get. I'm going to go for rare, epic, and legendary. I'm not going to necessarily bother that much with the uncommon unless it has a really good stats. Ideally, what I would like to do is try to build up several good sets of lifesteal. So, currently speaking, I am able to dish out a decent amount of damage, but my survivability kind of sucks because I don't really have a healer. Now, initially when I saw whatever her name is, this champion that I've recently added to the team, I thought she replaces Gorgorab. She does at some point. She does have a revive. She does place a continuous heal, but in order for the continuous heal to be placed, it only works when a champion is down, and so therefore you cannot use it. So basically, it's, I think her A3, I believe, if I'm not making mistakes here, correct me if I am. Her A3 has a revive with a continuous heal. I think places a shield or something like that. No, continuous heal, a revive, and then a perfect veil for 1 turn. So the continuous heal is for 2 turns. The problem is I cannot use that ability for the purposes of using revive unless a champion is down. In the clan boss, when a champion is down, that is most often too late. So she does reduce damage that any boss dishes out by a significant amount. Definitely a dungeon champion, very useful. I'm actually using the champion in the arena as well, and she's quite efficient there as well. Obviously doesn't dish out damage, but does reduce and make my team take less damage, which does kind of help quite a fair deal. Now obviously, as you can see, there's a bit of shield competition going on between I forgot what her name is, so we'll see at the end of this battle. But there's a bit of a shield competition between her and Valkyrie. She does replace Valkyrie's shield, although Valkyrie's shield is actually significantly stronger. That means I may take more damage, and if I had a lifesteal set, my champions could continuously heal, which would add to their survivability. At this point in time, for example here, I could definitely have done with a bit of healing. I don't have that, so that means this is going to be a fairly short round. Now, obviously, we do get that immunity from damage every so often, which does help reduce the amount of damage that we take. This is a fairly defensive team. We've got Valkyrie, we've got this new champion that I got recently, which I forgot, whose name I forgot, and it kind of sucks. And then we have Rushguard the Tower. And so now you'll see the heal and the perfect veil go in. And so that is, of course, a continuous heal. Now that does help, but they don't have a shield, which kind of sucks unless Valkyrie gets to put the shield up. And most often, as you can see, it doesn't really help that much. I mean, we got Kale back up. That's good. That means it cannot be single targeted, but at the same time, I still lost the champion, and that could have been prevented with some healing. And I don't have any healing. I'm happy with what I get, and I don't really have a place where to put Gorgorab. Gorgorab would do a good, amazing job. I am going in with a fairly defensive team. I'm trying to reduce as much damage that I'm taking, and obviously relying on Kale's damage and how much he can dish out, and primarily the damage coming from Kill is from his dots. So once again, they're back up, but they don't have any protection whatsoever. Okay, so he's now dishing out a tremendous amount of damage. That AoE just hurt like really badly. So I'm thinking this is pretty much close to the end of this match. I don't think we're gonna go on very much longer here. It'll appear that way, and I think Valkyrie is always the last one to go, which is pretty good for me because that means Valkyrie can kind of sustain all the other champions. Okay, maybe not this time. Oh, there we go. That didn't really help very much. They didn't have anything to reduce damage. There was no shield up. There's nothing to actually stop all that damage that the boss dishes out. Yeah, so as I've said, Valkyrie tends to be the last one to go. She is quite tanky. That's the way. So, Duchess Lilitu. That's the one. Lilitu. So, she doesn't do a lot of damage. She's not there for damage. She's there for sustainability and reducing incoming damage. We've got Rushguard the Tower, which has done a decent amount of damage. Again, he's there for defensive purposes. I am trying to test out several things, see if I can get him doing more damage. If not, I'm just going to have him purely for the purposes of reducing damage. Tomb Lord, again, he's a debuffer. I have spec'd him in damage in terms of the masteries. I might switch him to a defensive mastery later on. I want to see if I can get him to hit hard. That would be really good. Valkyrie, purely defense, everything on it from gear to masteries, but she's dished out that damage due to the fact that in terms of the sets that she has on her, she has the poison set, so has a chance of applying poison onto the boss. Duchess, I've just gone for HP at the moment, so she more or less tickles the boss, whereas Kale is my main DPSer. So I still have one more key. I'm gonna see what I can do. I'll go for this boss right now. We'll see what we can dish out. I'm happy with the amount of damage, and I can tell you guys that by putting Duchess Lilitu in the team, I am actually dishing out more damage simply because she does reduce a lot of incoming damage. Now obviously we also have attack up, we have shield, we have immunity, we have resist debuffs from the team composition that I'm currently running, and then we've got Kale who applies poisons, and Tomb Lord, nearly forgot his name as well, Jesus Christ, I'm not doing too old names today, who applies a weaken, a shield down, no, not weaken, a shield down and decrease attack debuff. So those are really good as well. Obviously I am limited to how far I can push them because of the gear that I have. It's a combination of 4, primarily 5 stars, but I think it might be a 4-star gear here and there, depending on what I had available to me at the time of gearing these guys up. So I'm going to spend my time for the foreseeable future between grinding out Dragon, trying to hopefully get some 6-star good artifacts to replace the ones on the champions that I'm using in the clan boss. I am trying to go for more of a universal build in terms of how I build them, so I can use them in other dungeons as well, because most of the team composition is the same team that I use in the Minotaur's Labyrinth to get the scrolls necessary for the masteries. So they're a team that I'm currently using pretty much everywhere. I'm also using this team more or less to do Dragon 17 consistently. The only difference is I'm swapping out Tomb Lord for Gorgorab for the added heal. Most often what will happen is Gorgorab, being of level 50, will go down first, then Duchess Little 2 revives him and often makes him invisible, giving them enough time to get those continuous heals to heal him, and then quite often before or just after the Perfect Veil has gone or expired, then Gorgorab will do his own heal. So that's kind of the way I do it. Fairly defensive team. I use this exact same team composition in Arena. It's again quite defensive. The only weakness I've noticed in the Arena is if I'm going up against a champion, sorry. Jeez, my English is not doing too well today. So the only weaknesses I've noticed for this team composition is if I'm going up against a team which has a champion that removes buffs, that really sucks. But the way I get around it is I manual it. So I'll make Valkyrie go first for the purposes of the counter. I'll leave Roshgar's immunity ability, whatever it's called, for when the shields are down or close to being taken down, or if the buffs have been taken out, and then put that up just to prevent damage. With Duchess Little 2, obviously, we get a bit of damage reduction, and then we can also, if team composition does not all comprise of AoE champions, I can then try and take some heat off of the other champions that are in there. So as for the damager, I'm using what's her name, Queen Ava. So she is my nuker at this point in time. Obviously useless in the clan boss team simply because while she does hit hard, she doesn't apply any significant debuffs, and Kale's damage does come from the War Master specialty in the damage in terms of mastery. So he's got War Master. I've not gone for Giant Slayer, to be fairly honest, and that's because I'm going to be using them across the board. So it is more specific to dungeons rather than just clan boss in terms of Kale's build, and kind of that's kind of the game. That's the aim of what I'm trying to build at this point in time. I do want to get a good clan boss team, or a better clan boss team, but I also want to have champions that I can use in dungeons so I can farm that all too important gear. I have managed to more or less complete all of the final tiers of the potion towers, so that of course means I get more potions, I guess, for whatever reason, you know, in terms of ascension. So the other thing I need to work on is ascending champions. So ascending my team, Kale is fully ascended, as is Valkyrie, if I'm not mistaken. Either that or she needs one more star before she gets ascended fully. Roshgar, Duchess, and Tomb Lord still need to be fully ascended, so that's another thing I need to work on in the future. As I said at the beginning of the video, I am now in the Plarium Content Creator program, meaning that generally speaking each Friday I should receive a reward. I am currently in tier 1, and the way I understand it works is the rewards are based off of the videos performances from last week. So obviously that's why I qualify in tier 1. Now, while my channel does gain a significant amount of views, my videos tend to do well maybe 2-3 weeks after they've been put up, sometimes even months after they've been put up. It all depends on when people need that information or want to watch that video. So I'm gonna have to also start focusing on short range videos in terms of time span. There's my other key. Time to go and use it on the clan boss. Now, no, so I have dropped in the arena, not by much. Let's see what's going on here. So I'm winning most of the time, which is good with my team composition. I'm just gonna quickly do this simply because I want to get back up into the gold arena. I am quite comfortable in the gold arena. In the silver arena, I'm just not having much competition, to be fairly honest. I can pretty much do most of the battles, so I want to try and keep it fair for myself. Obviously this was not necessarily fair in terms of what I just did here. I just used it to get back into the gold arena. I think I'll do this as well, just to give me that leeway in case somebody does defeat me. I don't want to drop down to silver again. Now, the reason I want to do this is because I will require fewer gold points to continue upgrading my Great Hall. In terms of focusing on the Great Hall, I'm going to focus primarily for this time only on increasing accuracy. That is quite an important thing, and if I can get accuracy high up there, and I don't have to worry about it in terms of gear. So that is my logic, and there is a good return on each point invested in accuracy. So I'm going to have to do all affinities and focus on their accuracy. That's going to keep me busy for a while. Alright, now that's that done. I'm happy with what I have. I can say though that I am quite curious as to what else is going on here in terms of teams that I can go up against. I feel like I want to do some more fights. I might try this one out. No, right, I'm getting distracted here. I'm so tempted, but I'm getting distracted. Okay, just wanted to check the timers on that. I really want to do the arena. I'm worried that I'm going to get defeated twice and then get put back into silver. I don't really want to be there now. That served its purpose. So for this, I need to be over 11 million to get the final chest. If I go into this guy's at only 4.86 million. I don't think that's going to get me anything. I could definitely just take him out, take that easy boss out. But there's not really a good reward for me, and there's no reason, no motivation for me to actually engage in that. So I think I'm going to go hit the hard clan boss. That should take me over 11 million, which should mean that if the boss is defeated, I do get 2 chests, which is what really I am aiming for. I want to get as many chests from the clan bosses. Hopefully I get some good stuff, both in terms of gear as well as shards. It's always nice when I get a shard from the clan bosses. I have to admit, that just makes my day. And whilst I've not shown any videos of me actually claiming the rewards, I can say that I have seen a void shard drop out of the hard. Is it hard? So it's easy, normal, and hard. So out of the hard clan boss, I have seen a void shard drop, which was so super nice. That just made my day because I only have one legendary void champion, and that legendary void champion, if I'm honest, ain't all that great. It's Abyss, and she'll be good in arena, but I still have a place to fight for. I did have a second Abyss, which I used as a chicken. Probably shouldn't have done that. I should have been patient. But whatevs, you know. Yeah. That was a bad decision. A hasteful decision. Shouldn't have done that. I don't actually regret it all that much. It was what it was, and it got me another level 60 champion. But now I can say that I fully understand why you don't want to be using up your legendary champions, why people save them even if they are bad. She's not been buffed or anything, but to be honest, I'm not going to invest time in trying to book her and ascend her to the point where she doesn't actually shoot herself in the foot with her, I believe, A3 it is. So that is such a unuseful ability as it's set out. Of course, I think it's through Ascension. You have to send her to a 3-star before that ability no longer debuffs Abyss, which, you know, that's the downside. It's a decent ability, but I'd rather use my potions to ascend more useful champions like Rush Guard the Tower, Duchess Little 2, or even Tomb Lord. Valkyrie, I don't remember now. Is she fully ascended? Because if she isn't, she needs to be. I can't remember if I fully. No, I think I fully ascended Queen Ava, so she still needs one more star to ascend to be fully ascended, and then I'll move on to Tomb Lord. I personally like Tomb Lord. He is amazing. He's a really good debuffer like that. I'm gonna try and build him as a damage dealer. See if he can dish out a lot of damage. I'm probably doing the wrong thing here. So that means I'm purely going for damage and support in the masteries. In terms of how I gear him, or how I am aiming to gear him up, I'm going to try and go for crit rate, crit damage, and attack. We'll see what he can do. If he can dish out a lot of damage, that'd be pretty cool. So he does a 3 attack on his A1. Again, that means I kind of really want him to be to be getting the War Mastery, the War Master Mastery. That is a handful to say. You got 3 chances of proccing that, so that's pretty good if you ask me. Might consider Giant Slayer, although I feel like War Master would be better for him for that reason, for his A1. He's definitely also very good in the Fire Knight dungeon. That 3 hit attack on his A1 makes such a big difference. That piled up with Valkyrie's shield and counterattack, that's really good to take down the Fire Knight's shield. Very helpful. Also, Valkyrie has a 2-hit attack on her A1. So again, another good ability. That's already what 3, 5, 10 with the counter. So that's exceptionally good. It's just really, really good. I like that. And so obviously I've kind of given you my two of my champions that I currently am using in the Fire Knight. I'm also using Queen Ava because she's got a 100% heal reduction, so once the shield is down on the Fire Knight, he does not heal, which makes a big difference in terms of how quickly I can take down the Fire Knight. And of course, the quicker I take him down, the less damage I have to deal with, incoming damage. So I think I also have Gore Grab out. It's been a while since I've been in that dungeon. As I said, I'm trying to make my way up in the dragon dungeon, trying to get up to that 20, because then I don't have to waste energy and potentially get a 4-star artifact that I won't need. I mean, there's good money to be made out of selling them, but they're still kind of useful, and I kind of look at it as a waste of energy. I'm also using blue stacks to farm things overnight, so that has significantly helped me with my progression in the game. We're about to get wasted here. That is as far as my team took me in this clan boss fight. I want to see how much damage we did. It's going to be interesting, so let's see how long Valkyrie lasts. Okay, that's good. And there she goes. That's that done. 6.96 million. This is really nice. It's gone up quite nicely. I think I used to do 4 to maybe 5 million damage. So that's a significant increase for me. Bear in mind, Duchess Liltu still level 50, so her HP can of course increase as she levels up. Plus the artifacts that she's got aren't all that great. She could definitely do with much better artifacts. And of course, it's that time that brings us to the end of this video, folks. I do hope that you have enjoyed it. If you have, please don't forget to support me in the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. Also, don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos and content to the channel. And of course, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this you can find down below in the video's description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. Until next time, stay safe, folks.